Jahannam, also known as hell, is a place created by Allah to serve as a punishment in the afterlife for those who commit evil deeds. The severity of the punishment in Jahannam is determined by the weight of the sins each individual has committed. Similar to the concept of 7 levels of heaven, there are also 7 levels of Jahannam. These levels, often referred to as the gates of hell, are associated with various physical and spiritual punishments. The 7 levels of Jahannam. In Jahannam, the levels are arranged vertically based on the severity of sins, with the least painful level at the top and the most painful level in the depths. As one descends through the levels, both the temperature and the severity of the punishment increase. Each level is specifically designed for different types of sinners and their corresponding punishments. Let's take a closer look at them. Level 1 of Jahannam. The first level of hell is intended for Muslims who committed sins in the world. It is characterized by relatively lower heat compared to other levels and less severe punishment for the sinners. Upon entering this level, the sinners' faces will be scorched and the fire will consume their flesh. However, Allah will continuously renew their flesh after they're burnt. 2. Lada, the second level to Jahannam. Situated beneath Jahannam, there is another level that is reserved for individuals, both human and jinn. Those who have disbelieved in Allah, rejected the messengers of the prophets, and denied their role as messengers of Allah. In this level, their primary punishment entails a relentless consumption of one's organs, both externally and internally, by devouring fire. Gradually, this torment progresses until the body is ultimately annihilated. 3. Saqar, the third level of Jahannam. The third level of Jahannam is situated below Lada. The punishment of the people here is that fire will eat up their flesh but not bones. The 4 reasons why people land up at this level of Jahannam are: they did not perform salah, they did not offer food to the poor, they used to talk vainly to those who were in vain, that is, they used to follow the path of unjust and falsehood. They refused the existence of the day of reward and resurrection. 4. Al-Hutama, the 4th gate of hell, positioned beneath Saqar. This level is believed to subject sinners to relentless flame that consumes their body to the very bones, scorching their hearts and inner organs. The fire originates from their feet and gradually engulfs their entire being. It is said that the anguish will be so agonizing that the sinners will cry until their tear glands run dry. Their blood evaporates, and the number of their tears could easily fill a vast pool, allowing a ship to sail upon it effortlessly. 5. Jahim, the 5th level of Jahannam, situated below the Al-Hutama. Jahim is represented as a colossal piece of coal, surpassing even the lowest level in size. Sinners will be cast into this level due to 3 reasons: their failure to maintain correct beliefs in Allah, their refusal to acknowledge the rights of fellow creations, and their lack of compassion for feeding the poor. 6. Sa'ir, the 6th level. This level of Jahannam is situated below Jahim. This level has been kindling since it was made. It consists of 300 castles, which have huts, each in which there are 300 rooms each, and in each room there are 300 different types of penalties. The pain here is unimaginable, unbearable, and it is very painful. Here, there are scorpions, snakes, chains, ropes, and whatnot. Also, it has a pit of agony, which is the most painful punishment in the whole of Jahannam. 7. Al-Hawiyah, the last level of Jahannam. This is the last and the worst level of hell. It is the 7th level of Jahannam, situated below Sa'ir. It is said that no sinner will be released from this level. There is pitch darkness on this level. Backbiters and non-believers are punished here. The sinners in this level will be crushed under mountains, with them lying on their faces. The hands of the sinners will be bound to their necks, and their necks to their legs. And Zabaniya, angels of Jahannam, surely will stand on them. The hands of the angels are supposed to be made of strong iron, and as punishment to the sinners, they will beat the sinners with their bare hands. The Quran says that Al-Hawiyah is the level at which kindled fire will embrace the sinner as a mother embraces her son. Hadith about Jahannam. Hadrat Abu Musa Ash'ari narrates that Rasulullah ﷺ said, "If a rock is dropped into Jahannam, it'll remain plummeting for 70 years before touching the pith of Jahannam." Rasulullah ﷺ said, "Among the men of Jahannam, the least punishment given will be that both his shoes and laces will be made of fire, which will make his head boil like a cauldron, such that he will think he is receiving the most severe punishment, although his punishment is the least." Jahannam in the Quran. Allah said, "Indeed, the hellfire is the dwelling place of them all. It has 7 gates, and within each gate there is an appropriate punishment for each inhabitant." They said, that is the hypocrites, "Don't go out for war during the heat. Say, the fire of Jahannam is even hotter if you only understood. Every time the fire eats away their flesh, we will replace it with new flesh, so they can taste the punishment. Nay, they will be thrown unto Al-Hutama. And what will make you know what Al-Hutama is? The fire of Allah which scorches the hearts. Surely it is vaulted over them, and pillars widely extended. And verify, Jahannam is a promised place for them all. Entering into it are 7 gates. For each of these gates are assigned class. O Muslims, save yourselves and your families from the fire whose fuel is men and stones." Jahannam in Islam explained. Jahannam is described as a physical and spiritual realm of intense suffering and torment. The Quran explains the severity of the punishment in Jahannam, intending to discourage believers of sinful behavior and strive for righteousness. Jahannam is depicted as a vast fiery abyss with various levels or chambers, each reserved for different categories of sinners based on the gravity of their transgressions. The intensity of punishment in each level corresponds to the severity of one's sins. The Quran describes hell as a place of scorching fire, boiling water, and tormenting winds. The fire in Jahannam is one of the highest heat and is black in color. Jahannam is the place from which every human and jinn are warned and told to refrain from sins. The punishment in hell is endless for non-believers and backbiters, while for Muslims, the punishment depends on the sins committed by them. When hell was created by Allah, He kept a scorching fire burning in Jahannam for 1,000 years. Once Jahannam was fiery red, He kept it burning for another 1,000 years till it turned bright white. Then finally, Allah heated it again for another last 1,000 years, and the flames became pitch black from bright white. It is also believed that the flame of Jahannam is 70 times more harmful than the worldly fire. Jahannam consists of various venomous and hideous animals, such as venomous donkeys, whose bites will not be soothed for 40 years in Jahannam. Also, snakes and lizards are present in Jahannam. These sinners in Jahannam will be provided pus, blood, and harsh boiling water to drink in a tree growing there called Zaqum, which has prickly thorny branches to eat. The primary purpose of Jahannam is to serve as a form of divine justice and retribution. Islam teaches that Allah is just and fair, and every individual will be held accountable for their actions on the Day of Judgment. Jahannam serves as the punishment for those who have deliberately and persistently engaged in sinful behavior, defying Allah's commands and rejecting the path of righteousness. Islamic teachings emphasize that Jahannam is not just a physical realm, but also a spiritual state of separation from Allah's mercy and blessings. In Islam, the ultimate goal is to attain paradise, known as Jannah, where believers are granted eternal bliss and closeness to Allah. Conversely, Jahannam represents the antithesis, signifying the absence of divine grace and mercy. While the concept of Jahannam instills a sense of fear, Islam also emphasizes Allah's mercy and forgiveness. Muslims believe in the infinite compassion of Allah and His willingness to forgive and sincere repentance. The doors of forgiveness are open to those who genuinely regret their sins, seek redemption, and strive to amend their ways. Experience the power of uninterrupted viewing with our ad-free app One Islam TV, allowing you to connect deeply with the content. Explore the rich teachings of Islam and strengthen your faith through our regular new content. Download the One Islam TV app now.